entire police department was over here to put handcuffs on us for not breaking the law. The entire police department. People could have been committing real crimes, but you guys had the whole police department here to arrest free Americans who were not breaking the law. End up with a civil rights lawsuit because my friend just got arrested, man.
Yeah,
you're going to bankrupt this town of Sheridan, Cranberry. What are you doing? There they go, guys. All the oath breakers. They got the whole department out here for us, guys, for free Americans. Look at it, the entire police department here. See that, guys? The entire police department is here for free Americans. They got their gloves on. Looks like there's going to be some arrests, guys.
I'm told about not videotaping in there, but you can't do that.
There's people that step in here. You better have ADA.
All right, we're getting arrested, guys. Well, let me put this down. Let me put this down because I don't want it to get. I don't want it to fall. So we're under arrest, guys. We're under arrest.
This message is for the mayor, the city council, as well as the police department in Sheridan, Colorado. We, the people, are watching. We saw what you did to the activists, arresting them, taking their freedom away from them for simply exercising their constitutional rights. That is a disgrace. We, the people, are watching, and we will hold you accountable.
To the leadership in Sheridan, Colorado, filming is not only not illegal, it's a clearly established right.
Hey, Sheridan, Colorado, I'm just wondering what the big secret is. What is it that you're trying so desperately to hide that you won't allow members of the public to record you in public places?
What's going on, Bay fam? It's your boy, Bay Area Transparency, and we're back at it once again. I'm making this little video for my boy, Denver Metro Audits. Shout out to Denver Metro Audits, and shout out to Josh from Accountability for All for having me on this little video. I want to give my opinion about the 5 people, the 5 solid activists who got arrested, as well as others, I believe, that were there that day in the city of Sheridan, Colorado. They had the city manager, Devin Granberry, I believe is his name, put out a administrative order, which I looked up the code that he cites. It's the charter 7.3 of their charter that he cites for his authority to put out this administrative order. And I read that. I see nowhere where it says you are a lawmaker. It says you can make rules for city employees, not for private, free American citizens. Okay, so let's get that straight first. Another thing is, even if you were a lawmaker, you cannot make laws that violate our First Amendment right. Our First Amendment rights shall not be infringed, okay? And he put something in there that it's a non-public forum behind the glass and behind the counters, and he's right. It is a non-public forum back there, but there's something called the plain view doctrine, and we all know the plain view doctrine says if we see it, it's the same thing. We can take a picture of it, we can record it. You cannot stop that. That's a violation of everybody's First Amendment rights, and it wasn't okay. You had 5 people illegally arrested, falsely detained, falsely put in a box and imprisoned, and it's not okay. There's going to be a lot more people coming out there and recording now because of what you did and the stance that you're taking. I don't think it's a good idea, but shout out to Denver Metro Audits and the others that were arrested that day for standing strong in the face of adversity. It's not all the time that we have to take arrests or we even want to take arrests, but when you're standing up to bullies, sometimes that's what happens. That's just the way it is. It's unfortunate. It shouldn't happen. But Devin Granberry, take that administrative order and stick it somewhere. Put it in the trash. It does not belong there. It does not belong, and it is not okay to violate our First Amendment rights because you don't like people recording. We can news gather in public areas. And one more thing before I go, I'm going to let everybody know that this public forum, traditional public forums, non-public forums, non-traditional public forums are an attack on our freedoms. They are in no way, shape, or form good for us. It's a way for them to attack our First Amendment rights. It's not okay. Shall not be infringed, baby. It's Bay Area Transparency, and I'm out.
Sheridan, you were wrong for locking up people for exercising their constitutional rights. You shouldn't do that. Sheridan, do better.
You can't film in public. If you film in public, you're going to get arrested. If you film in public, you're going to go to jail. That makes a lot of sense, Sheridan, Colorado. This one's for you.
Sheridan, Colorado, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Remember something. Feelings don't trump rights. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean that we can't do it. No need to get nasty. All right.
Sheridan, Colorado, this is Rogue Nation. We the people are seeing what you're doing out there, and we want you to know we're watching. We're going to be keeping an eye on the situation.
It's the J-Town Press, speaking to the government there in Sheridan, Colorado. This unconstitutional administrative order is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever seen. At no point in your incoherent rambling in the order were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational constitutional thought. Everyone in this country is now dumber for having read it. I award you no re-elections, and God have mercy on your soul. Crying out loud, do better.
Hey, Sheridan County Council, you need to do better. You need to fire that sheriff and that mayor now. Firm audits. Peace out.
Hey, Great Lakes here, and this is for the public officials in the city of Sheridan. You owe the community kindness and respect. Violating someone's civil rights does not do that. You can do better. Please do better.
Hey guys, it's Carolina Fort Worth. Greetings to Sheridan. What do you mean it's not Sheridan? It's Sheridan. They told me Sheridan. Yeah, because they're dumb. You guys are so dumb, and I'm going to tell you why. You forgot about the power of we the people. Because you know who it was that got the city manager, the chief of police, and 4 council members voted out in Leon Valley? We the people. And we the people can do that to you too, Sheridan, because you are so dumb. You're really dumb. Yes, it's Sheridan. It is Sheridan, right? Yeah, Sheridan.
Several months ago, Denver Metro Audit was filming at the Sheridan Town Hall in Sheridan, Colorado. They explained to him that his constitutional rights didn't matter, and they were going to write up a paper explaining just that. They drafted an unconstitutional policy that barred filming in the building. Being a free American and resisting that tyranny, Denver Metro Audit and 14 other brave activists resisted that unlawful sign. 5 arrests were made because people decided to use their constitutional rights. What followed was a whirlwind that Sheridan, Colorado never expected. And the activism community responded in kind, expressing their displeasure at the violation of these Americans' rights. Sheridan, Colorado, I hope you're paying close attention, because the largest names in the activism community have their eyes on you. Following the arrest, a city council meeting that normally runs for 45 minutes ran for over 4 hours, as hundreds of people from across the globe waited in line to tell Sheridan exactly what they thought. It's ironic how their plan backfired. They attempted to restrict free speech and heard hours of it instead. This is the face of Sheridan Police Chief Jeff Martinez, who shows nothing but utter contempt and disinterest. The following videos are just some of the instances from that meeting. The video links to the arrest and the city council meeting are provided in the description below.
Oh, perfect. Good afternoon, Madam Fuhrer and overlords of the People's Republic of Sheridan. Does it feel good? There's so many other things you could be doing right now. You got douche knuckle on his phone. You got the other fuck knuckle who could be less interested. And you're going to be here all night. I mean, you guys just I don't understand, and having this 3 minutes, it's all rhetorical. Everything that we're saying to you is rhetorical, but doesn't make a difference because you give 0 fucks. That's the amount of fucks that you give on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Absolute power corrupts absolutely. You don't run the world. And I guarantee if each one of you were to sit down, take a stress test on paper of the Constitution or any of the Articles of Amendments, guarantee you don't get 3 out of them. I guarantee you don't get 3 because you have no idea what your job entails. I'd like you to stand up on one of your next meetings and try and explain how a city hall, the sitting building, the sitting seat of government that that represents the people. Each one of you assholes swore to uphold that constitutional oath, to make sure that all of the members of your communities and every citizen that walks into that building has a voice, protected under the First Amendment, to redress their grievances. And you think that you can restrict that right by saying it's a limited public forum? If the people's building that answers to the people, I don't know if you guys have heard it, it's been a pretty popular phrase recently. If you don't like it, shut it the fuck down. I don't think you remember who you serve. It's not we the Sheridan, it's we the people. Every single person in front of you and all across the globe that's going to stretch your ear open tonight and make you swallow all of the shit that people have to tell you. And it's not shit, that's just what you consider it, because you consider to be above everybody else. You're the people's governing body. And look at this guy to the left of the Sheridan sign, with hands on his face. He could give a fuck. Then get out of my chair and walk the fuck out. Serve the people that are looking back at you, and they're all looking at you like 10 pounds of shit in a 2-pound bag. And that's fine. I got time to kill. This is 3 minutes, I can convert it into 3 hours. I got 30 million views on YouTube. I'll come down to Sheridan, camp out, and get a minivan. We can make this happen. You will learn, you will heal, and you will bend the knee. It's just a matter of time before you decide, is this a fight worth fighting, or should we give up? And it's not reserved to them. Your last name there is Fleur, it should be Fuhrer, okay? People don't have to give up their rights. Your town hall's not a Nazi checkpoint. It may appear to be for all intents and purposes from every single video that we've seen, but I want to remind you of something. Go on Denver Metro Audit's live stream right now. I want you to look at this. Type a 1 in the chat if there's Sheridan for shit. And that's the reason I stopped you today. Do better, bud.
Amen.
AFA.
Hello? What I saw in that city hall was
So many
akin
ones.
to the cameras being like the Star of David in 1930s and 40s Germany.
You guys know who I am. I don't need to tell you my name. My address doesn't matter. But so here we are again, and this time it's after I got arrested for exercising my constitutional right to record in public. So this all started with the public records request from Deborah Swenson's phone, and when I tried to get the records, the footage off of her phone, you guys ignored me. The city attorney, Hayashi, ignored me. It took several months. Finally, after coming back here several times, you guys gave me a response, Hayashi did, that quoted a CRS about a booking photo, so just some random CRS of the reason why he couldn't give me the footage, which is kind of weird. And then we decided to come to the city council meeting because you guys are refusing to follow the law and give us the footage off of Deborah Swenson's phone. And Cranberry drafts up this administrative order, which is a clear violation and attack on the First Amendment, which states, it basically bans the entire First Amendment, but it states that we cannot record audio or video recording device without the consent of all persons whose voice or image is being recorded. So from the First Circuit, Glick versus Kniff clearly states that we have a lawful right to record public officials in the course of their duties. We were here for business, guys. Me and along with 14 other individuals were here for business to do public records requests, and a lot of us turned the records requests in and still haven't heard back. So you guys have 3 days from Coral Laws to respond to the request. None of us have received a response, so more lawlessness by the city of Sheridan, right? So I guess, are you guys going to help us create case law in the 10th Circuit? Because there is none right now. So like I said, the First Circuit, Glick versus Kniff, that is persuasive case law that says that we can record public officials in the course of their duty. We were here for business again. So we'll see what happens, guys, when all of this is over. But another topic that's come up is that the Facebook page for the city of Sheridan, you guys have turned your comments off. So it seems like you guys can't stand transparency. I mean, you guys were refusing to give me the footage off Deborah Swenson's phone. You don't want to be transparent. And now nobody can make any comments on the Facebook page. Also, the Google reviews turned off. The last Google review was 8 months ago. when I go to newest, there should be hundreds of Google reviews of people who are upset about you guys violating people's rights. Granberry and Martinez. So, Martinez and all of the, Lieutenant Mitchell and all of his people that arrested us, there's no qualified immunity, so we'll see how this goes. We're going to sue everyone personally. I hope you guys are up to date on your premiums for your insurance, because it's going to cost you guys a lot on that one. I'm beside myself, guys. I don't know what to say. It is also interesting that the entire police department was over here to put handcuffs on us for not breaking the law. The entire police department. People could have been committing real crimes, but you guys had the whole police department here to arrest free Americans who were not breaking the law. We'll be back every 2 weeks.
The city of Sheridan has 2 stars on Google. Let's get them to 0. Huh? What do you mean they can't go to 0? What's the lowest they can go? 1's too good for them too. Let's get them to 1. To be perfectly serious, the Constitution was designed for one purpose: to make sure we maintain the freedom that so many fought and died for. And that freedom and that Constitution are under attack, and that sacrifice is in vain. It is in vain every moment that elected officials exert power they don't have and tried to wield it over a people whom they serve. It is their duty to make sure that we are a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. But it is our duty to make sure that that thought process does not perish from the earth. When the people fear the government, there is tyranny. But when the government fear the people, there is liberty. It is clear the takeaway from Sheridan is that tyranny still exists. But that city council meeting was a heavy and ever-present reminder that there is liberty. Every person that swears an oath to the Constitution swears to defend this country and the Constitution from enemies, foreign and domestic. It appears at an alarmingly growing rate that that threat of tyranny is domestic. And the very oppressors who are violating those rights are the same who swore to uphold them. The tree of liberty shall be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. But how many more patriots must sacrifice to hold these thugs accountable so that we may remain free? Even 1 is too large and great a number. But it is at moments like these when we, the people of the United States of America, in order to form a more perfect union, come together. And that's what you have to remember. There'll always be more of us than there are of them. This is what the face of tyranny looks like in Sheridan, Colorado. But keep a trained eye. There is one near you, just wearing a different badge with a different face. And that's the reason I stopped you today. Links for Denver Metro audits and all the activists that appeared in this video are in the description below.